Since Shane wouldn't say, guys, give it up for yourselves for coming out on a beautiful night. Hell yeah. I was a little bit nervous I wasn't gonna make it out because I got really sucked into the video game I was playing tonight. I am a late in life gamer. I just discovered that I love video games in the last year or so, which begs the question, is it possible to Benjamin Button in personality only? I was essentially born a middle-aged divorcee. When I was 8 years old, all I wanted more than anything else in the world was a Palm Pilot. You guys know what Palm Pilots are? Yeah, for those of you who aren't retired investment brokers like I was, Palm Pilots are $400 Google calendars from the 90s. And my mom was a rational human being and was like, what do you, an 8-year-old, need with a Palm Pilot? And I was like, I have a lot of meetings! It's hard to organize the Polly Pockets and the Barbies, honey. And so now I'm just aging backwards. Now as a 26-year-old woman, I'm finally becoming the 13-year-old boy I was always meant to be. My favorite thing to do is to come home, put on Zelda, pop open a bag of Doritos, and masturbate into a sock. Obviously no, nothing comes out, but it's all about the ambiance. I've been rereading Harry Potter lately. Any Potterheads out there? All right. What's interesting about Harry Potter is there's just a bunch of 11 through 17-year-olds running around. Yet not once any mention of any sort of sex education. Yet, magically, no babies being born. There has to be an abortion spell, right? It's probably expelia fetus! It's probably banned in Slytherin. I'm not a sports person. Whoa, no kidding. I don't get sports. People get really invested in sports, but that shit can really fuck up your day if you care about it. I dated this guy in high school who would be so upset when the Flyers lost that he'd be emotionally abusive our whole relationship. I was like, no, it's just a sports team, and I'm 17, stop giving me lifelong complexes. Too dark? Cool, let me talk to you about the Holocaust for a second. I am Jewish, mystery solved. And I would say that the hardest thing about being Jewish in this divisive time we are living in is that now I have to judge all my friends based on whether or not, should the occasion arise, who would hide me? But also, would I want to hide with them, right? Because that could potentially be a long-term roommate situation. I have this friend, he's very kind, trustworthy. I think he would hide me. But, he's got 5 cats. And even me running away from the Nazis has standards. Get a dog, Brendan, or I'm going to the camps. Speaking of being on the run, I remember doing that thing when I was a little kid where I decided I was going to run away from home. And most kids just kind of do it, they go. But I had a flair for the dramatic when I was now, but always. And I gathered my entire family into the kitchen so I could present on running away. I was like, Mother, Father, I'm informing you of my inevitable decision to run away. You asked me to pick up the toys, and I did not want to pick up the toys. And therefore, it seems we've reached a natural conclusion here. And my sister was in the corner sobbing, but where will you go? I was like, I don't know, kid. But I do know I have to ramble. And then I grabbed the only two things you need when you are running away from home, your Susie stretch doll and the living room Afghan. And I walked out the front door, and I have not seen my family since. I'd like to leave you all on this. That is my one political joke. Thank you, you guys have been great.